Today we embark on a side quest, and to kick things off, we're heading to China. And that, of course, is because we are playing it in the AFC Champions League. As Bashantara, we've been drawn in a group with Chonburi, I believe, of Thailand, Yokohama F. Marinos of the J-League, and Beijing of the Chinese Super League. I think we're going to get battered. Yes, folks, how is it going? And a warm welcome back. It's the Journey Manager, and to kick things off today, there's an away day to China in 16 days' time. Today, as I am in game, it is the end of the Bangladesh season. And good news, everyone, having won the league last year, we went on to win the Independence Cup as well. Mark was top goal scorer in this competition. We managed to beat Abahani in the final. Was nervous for this game because they had King Fat in their team. Good news, he didn't score against us in the final. So to kick things off today, we're going to go through a review. After that, we're going to play the first game of the Champions League here in Asia. The group stage is actually spread over the next few months, but over that time, I am going to start job hunting. I'll level with you. When I saw that we were going to be in continental competitions, I thought we had a chance. I've now looked at our opposition. It's going to be difficult, especially because the signing of the season in Induso is still injured. Yeah, he's out for 2 to 5 months still. I tell you what, if it had been a much closer season, losing this guy like we did would have been disastrous. You can see here the board have given me an A+ for the year, and Duso was still the top goal scorer in the league, despite the fact he was injured all the time. And well, it was quite a dominant season. You can kind of see that looking at these stats, can't you? Here was our dream 11 for the year. There was a little bit of rotation at the back and in the midfield just due to injuries. Interesting to note, Mark hasn't made the team. How has Mark not made the team? It's kind of mad that Induso won Fans Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, and yet he's been injured for the entire season since May. It's now September, the season has only just ended. Now, I did renew my contract here at Bashantara Kings because I didn't want to get sacked at the end of September when it was going to end, because I want to play in the continental competitions, at least for a little bit. But you can see here, I did opt to take a lower wage, a 1-year deal, and in terms of the compensation required to buy my contract out, it is pretty minuscule. We did discuss, of course, last episode where we might want to go next in terms of our managerial career. You can see here I've kind of got the nations where I could feasibly move. Between the 5 nations I've got selected here, there's only one job available. It's in India for Namdari, who really don't look very good. Oh, and if you are wondering here, Jack, why does it say as Mark has left the team, you need to select a new vice captain? I had to release Mark and then add him back to the team. The chairman actually accepted a bid with him without consulting me. Now, I actually had to do this when we were in Malaysia. I don't think I acknowledged it in a video, but with this save game, obviously, Mark is following us everywhere we go. If the chairman accepts a bid for Mark and I can't protest it, he will just go to the team that made the bid. There's actually not a way using the in-game editor to stop that. So in order to keep his history nice and clean, whenever a team gets a bid accepted like that, I terminate his contract using the editor, then just add him back to the club. Hence the fact he's just signed for us on a free transfer. Oh, and just while I'm thinking about Immigration FC, they had an amazing season this year just gone. They managed to win the Malaysian FA Cup. So had I stayed in Malaysia, maybe I would have won both trophies, but well done to them for winning it in my absence. They did, however, finish 4th in the league, or rather, they're in 4th right now. There's actually 7 games left of the season. Interesting to note, Clements, who was actually a player who I signed as I was leaving the club, has ended up being their star man. I don't think we ever actually saw him play for us. Now, of course, we are in the Champions League. At one point in time, it looked like we were going to play in the AFC Cup, but then the game put us in the Champions League, which I'm not going to complain about. That is great news, but this competition is certainly not as winnable. And I'll be honest, due to the teams we've been drawn against, I don't know how much I'm going to stick it out. But the reality is with Chonburi, who are one of the bigger teams in Thailand, Beijing, who are comfortably the 2nd best team in China, and Yokohama F. Marinos, who are very, very good in Football Manager. Harry Kuehl is their manager, by the way. That's a throwback. But yeah, due to these teams, there is a very slim chance of us actually advancing through. Originally, I thought we might have a hope. Only one team goes through in this group. We're just going to get destroyed. Anyway, that game against Beijing is in 16 days' time. I'm hoping the players are going to retain match sharpness between now and then. Of course, it's a weird time in the year to be playing them at the end of the Bangladeshi season, but that's the way things are scheduled. We're going to come back for the game against Beijing. I am going to try and do an away day to the Workers' Stadium. I'm pretty sure China's not on Street View. Maybe there's some weird Chinese site I can go on for Street View. I'll be back. I'm going to come up with a solution. Okay, folks, we are back. And you know what's more exciting than playing in the Champions League? Knowing that I'm able to register King Fat to play. He's going to be on the bench. Now, just for a little bit of context in terms of coefficients here in Asia, China, the 8th best nation in terms of national coefficient in the whole of Asia. We are down in 20th behind Turkmenistan. Yeah, we're a long way down the list. Beijing's key man here is Kang Seong-jin, who is a very good creative player, but I will raise the question, is he as good as our North Korean overlord in Mungkuk Chol? Okay, he probably is. I thought that was going to be a closer comparison. Anyway, good news for away day fans. There's no Google Street View in China, but there is Baidu Maps. I hope this website doesn't give me a virus. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what's been advertised in the top corner. There's this attractive woman who keeps appearing. I don't know what's happening. Get me into Beijing, which... Oh, even the map's in Chinese. Is this Beijing? Is this I don't know anything. Oh, there's a start. This must be Beijing. Right, where is the stadium? If this isn't Beijing now, this is just really awkward. I've never felt so lost on an away day in my life. Oh, wait, there's a stadium on the map. Is this... Okay, this is the bird's nest that was used for the Olympics. I remember this. There's a map. Is this where the football team play? Okay, I found out this isn't where they play. They don't play there. They play... I'm cross-referencing maps here. I think they play around here. Is there a stadium around? There's a stadium. This is the stadium we're going to today. I hope they have good street view. Well, they have a 3D button. Can I click the 3D button? It's not as good as Google. Just saying. Right, there's like a little street view thing here in the bottom right. If I click this, what happens? Can I click on a... Oh, I'm going in. I'm in the Matrix. What's happening? It's loading. There's the stadium. This feels scary, doesn't it? Here we are at the Workers' Stadium. Oh my word, the FOV's gone to 120 there. I can confirm this is the right place because that is the football team's badge on the outside. I don't want to alarm anyone. There's nowhere for me to click on the inside of the stadium to look inside. So we might just be looking around the edge. Oh, look at this. There is a lake around the edge. It was shown as a river on the map, but in the winter it freezes over and you can go ice skating. Can we go look at the ice skaters, please? If you need diamonds or Mr. Mo, that is connected to the stadium. Great services on offer. I have to say, from the outside here, this stadium has a very, very unique look. But they do have a car park, so it's already an upgrade on Bangladesh. There's a very artsy Greek-looking statue here between the 2 pixels and the JPEG. I'm not actually sure what it's meant to be. I think this is a restaurant. They've got the lanterns above. I wish I could read the menu and tell you if it's affordable. I can't read Mandarin. Now, sadly, only the areas in blue are where I can go on Street View here. If I just click in the middle of the stadium, does it put me in the... Nothing happens. I can't look inside the ground. I was going to try and go on the football club's official website and kind of see if we can find out more about the stadium. I can't access their website. Not ideal. I mean, I'll be honest, it's very hard to review an away day with such little footage. What I will say is there wasn't a lot of parking really, but what they've got going on the outside, it looks very artsy, doesn't it? It looks very high-tech and fanciful. I mean, on the inside of the stadium, there definitely is a football pitch. That's all I can tell you. I'm not going to give it a score. We're just going to move on with our day. This is probably going to end in absolute disaster. Anna's getting destroyed, and it's going to hurt my fragile little ego. But I want to try and win a game in the Champions League stage. That is my new aim. 6 games to do it, or until we find a job. We've gone to Beijing, which ironically is probably further than we've travelled in the entire save game so far as we've moved clubs. It makes you think, really, I should just organise a friendly against a team in England, and then I can just say I'm back in England, really. Now, unfortunately for this game, Nduso is injured, and to make things more difficult, Dos Santos, our main man at centre-back, is suspended. Have no idea when he got sent off in an Asian continental competition, but apparently it happened at some point before I arrived. Now, I am allowed to fill out the bench with players. I don't even know if we're going to fully fill out the bench here, just due to all the players that are missing. In fact, We are just going to manage it. So in terms of team news, at the back, there's no Dos Santos, so there's no party. It's going to be Mia playing at the back, who is, well, very quick, but not very good in the air, alongside a Lamb, who's not quick or good in the air. In the midfield, we're going with Mark in the defensive midfielder spot, and a Gay playing as a deep line playmaker. And in the final third, nothing mad going on here. Asadi's playing on the left, MKC on the right, and it's the Little Mo, Big Mo combo. Or should I say combo? Editing Jack, edit that out the video. Now, I think if we draw this game, that is a monumental success. If we avoid by losing by more than 2, I'd probably be quite happy as well. And I know what you might be thinking, Jack, you're the underdogs, you've got significantly worse players. Why keep playing the 4-2-4? The reality is, I've never actually trained a plan B for this team, so we're just going to go with this and hope it works. Okay, folks, it's the Asian Champions League. We've injured one of their players immediately. Fantastic news. In fact, I think that's their key man in Kang. Is he okay? He's got teleporting powers. There is a free kick here, 2 minutes in, here at the People's Workers Stadium. Janlu shoots, and he scores that. This could be disastrous. I mean, it was already going to be a tough game before a goal like that flew in. That's problematic, isn't it? Mia tries to pimp it forward. I thought little Mo was going to get on the end of it. Sadly, he couldn't on that occasion. But you know what? Having conceded early, we've not completely crumbled. And now a Gay's picked it up. A Gay shoots. It wasn't that far over. I can't work out what it is. There's something about this pitch and the camera angle, which is my normal camera angle as they score. Does anyone else think the pitch looks weird? I can't work out why it looks weird. Either way, they've scored and made it 2-0. These players are getting up for the biggest game of their lives, and I'm sat here complaining about the angle of the TV camera. Hassan got a hand to it. It wasn't enough. Why is there a kickoff highlight? Why is Mark on a yellow card? Why did I think this was a good idea? I could have resigned with my pride intact. Instead, I thought, let's do the Asian Champions League. We could win a game. We could make it through in top spot. What was I thinking? Ball's whipped in. Oh, my word. MKC, what is that? Okay, I'll take it all back. It's the best day ever. I don't know if this is going to be the last game we do in a live commentary. If it is, can we just remember it for this half volley? What was this? What is that? That's absurd. They've got a set piece immediately. They nearly scored immediately. I'm not enjoying watching their corners and free kicks anymore. I mean, look, there's 10 minutes left of the first half. We've steadied the ship that was sinking, and I know we've only had 16% of the ball. 14%. How does a team only have 14% of possession? How? Genuinely, I don't know how that happens. I'm happy with your performance so far. Keep it up. We've had 15% of the ball. I mean, look at the heat map. Look at it. My eyes are bleeding. It's that warm. I mean, I'm going to find the positive here. It's only 2-1 to them, and we've had a few chances. They're not really creating a lot either. And now we've got a set piece. MKC, rebound, no one there. Agayi tries to get it into a dangerous area. I mean, we nearly equalised. The woodworkers denied us. That's all I'm going to say. Agayi, Mia, right, let's make some subs. Asadi on the left wing hasn't been good enough. You know what? Rahman, on you come, my friend. This bloke's about to play in the Asian Champions League. What is happening? Elsra on the team, you know what? It's time for King Fat. If there's a game for him to write himself into work the space folklore, it's this game here. Big Mo staying on. King Fat is coming on. And, I mean, besides that, I'll level with you. I'm not looking at my bench thinking, wow, look at all these inspiring options. I'm going to bring in Gosh at right wing back and leave it at that. The heat map has now got a red patch in the middle. We've done more of the ball in this half. It's now only 21% of possession for us. They've got a corner. Why do I think they're going to score? Why have we given away a penalty? Captain Mo! Why would you do it? VAR. Wait, is that VAR? Oh, we get. I never thought we'd experience VAR while managing this team. The penalty's been given. Hassan, I need you to save it. And then we need a miracle. This game really is reinforcing in my mind that the chances of us winning a game in this competition are slim to none. But Zhang's going to step up, and he is going to score. It's 3-1. I've never seen a heat map that looks like this. I can't stop looking at it. I mean, what is that? I want to be like, well, at least we've tried. Outside of a penalty, a corner, and a free kick, they've actually not scored from open play. I mean, they nearly did that. That was still technically a corner, right? I mean, as this game rapidly approaches its close, I have to be honest, I'm not even that mad with the performance. I mean, I said I would take a draw pre-game, having conceded inside 2 minutes and maybe realising the reality of the situation. I think we've done fine. They've nearly scored. 4-1 is slightly less fine. Football Manager, please put me out my suffering. Please stop showing me stuff King Fat. It's a great win. Big Mo, King Fat, get in the middle. MKC, just score a banger, son. Just do it again. He has let me down there. Okay, 3 minutes to the end of this game are going to come and go. It's going to finish 3-1 to Beijing. They had, oh dear, how much possession? 78%. I mean, it got slightly better in the second half. We were underdogs. You did your best. Good effort, lads. You did lots of running around with the ball. That'll do us. Elsewhere, F. Marinos managed to win 2-0 against Chonburi. I think if we're going to win a game in this competition, it will be one of the matches against Chonburi. Now, the weird thing is, right, the Beijing game appears at the end of my season schedule. I actually have to go to next season to see when we play our next games. We have got games against Chonburi in October and November. In the intermission, I am going to now start looking for jobs, because this is a terrible idea. Like I mentioned, looking for jobs in India, Iran, Saudi Arabia is a bit of a question mark. I don't think we can get a job there. Turkmenistan or Uzbekistan. They're my options. If a job appears I like the look of, I'll come back and let you know. Okay, I'll be honest, folks. This is painful. Both the job search and the Champions League. Yeah, against Chonburi, we lost 3-2. We're actually winning in this game. 2-0, completely against run of play, bottled it in the last 10 minutes. And then, well, you know what? We did come back from 2 goals ourselves. This is a crazy result against F. Marinos. Part of me wishes that I had done it as a live commentary. And then I remember the reality of the situation, which is we're not going to finish top of this group. 1 point from 3 games so far. Now, I have been keeping a close eye on the job market. Obviously, that is my primary aim for today's episode, is to have a new job before we end things today. There was a couple of jobs in Iran that showed up. One really caught my eye, and it was this one of Paykan Tehran. They play, obviously, in the top division of Iran. They've had a struggle so far. You'll notice here they have a bank balance of 35 million. Literally 2 days ago, they had a Mark Ward take over the club with a tycoon. I could go to an Iranian club with a tycoon owner. I'm going to apply for this job. I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm probably not going to get it. We've got 3 games left in the Champions League. I think following on from that final game against F. Marinos, I am just going to resign. I think that's probably going to be the best thing for my job hunting hopes. It is worth noting that we are getting to the end of season kind of period for various leagues that I'm interested in moving to. Hopefully new stuff comes up. Okay, couple weeks later, I have just applied for a job that I kind of like the look of. And it's this job, the Altin Asir post. They play in Turkmenistan, media prediction of 4th. You can see here they had a period of absolute dominance in the country. They have been struggling as of late. I've stuck in an application for this job. I think it could be a good opportunity. The season in Turkmenistan has just finished. It's a 32-game season. Granted, they only finished 7th and a long, long way from Arkadag, who won the league rather convincingly. There have been some Iranian jobs coming up. We're kind of halfway through the Iranian season, so I'm going to keep a close eye open for any future opportunities there. There is some interesting options. Okay, it's the 11th of December in game. I'm about to play the final Champions League game for us. A couple of jobs that I've applied for. Both applications have been, well, confirmed. You can see Mez Kerman here, playing Iran. They play in the 2nd division of Iran. I'm not going to get a job in the top division, but Iran is a pretty reputable nation. The teams here have significantly higher rep than where we are at our current team. Mez Kerman, they're down in 16th. The other team I've applied for is this one, Estagal. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This team have won the Asian Champions League twice, a long time ago, mind you, but they've got the 2 stars above their badge. They were relegated last year, 15th from absolutely nowhere. They won the league as recently as 2024-26. They've got £15 million in loan debt, and I do think they're financially in the absolute gutter, but I do really, really like it as a job opportunity. They are one of the favourites for promotion. 2 teams get promoted from the league. They currently find themselves in 2nd. They did just sack their manager 5 days ago. They've sacked their manager whilst they're only 1 point behind the leaders. So whilst this is a job where you maybe go in and expect to get promoted, if I do get it, bloody hell, they're going to have high expectations. Hate to say it, we've bowed out the Champions League in humiliating fashion. A 5-0 defeat at home to F. Marinos. I think I'm ready to leave now. Bashantara knocked out the Champions League. We didn't win a game. 1 point earned. But I think with that, I've had enough. I've got some job applications in the works, as you've already seen. 3 teams currently kind of waiting on interviews from. I'm going to resign as manager. Bashantara, you have been beautiful. The space steps down. 54 games is all I had in charge, but an 83% win rate is good. 3 cup wins, 1 league win, and I do feel a little bit sad leaving. But the reality is, within the context of Bangladeshi football and this save game where we do need to move on, we have now just taken this team as far as we can. Now, you can see here the list of available jobs. Like I already mentioned, I've applied for the Mez Kerman job, the Estegal job, and also the Altin Asir job. I think the top 2 are the ones I'm most interested in. I feel like Altin Asir here, there is a pretty reasonable chance I could get it. I am the leading candidate right now for the Altin Asir job. I feel like of all these jobs available, the top 2 are the ones I want. I think Altin Asir, if I'm not going to go to Iran, that is the only job that's available, so it would make sense. If I could get the Estegal one, though, it would be really nice. They are comfortably the best team of the 4 teams in this division that have all fired their manager at once. And I think we could do quite well with them. Resigned yesterday. Interview today. Altin Asir have offered me a job interview to discuss the vacancy. I'm already the favourite, so I feel like there shouldn't be too much I need to butter them up with here. Can I handle the step up this job would represent? Yeah, football is football at the end of the day. They want me to improve the dressing room atmosphere. I can do that. Apparently the previous manager didn't have a good relationship with the supporters. I tried to forge a strong bond with my supporters in every way possible. They're asking if I want to change the backroom staff. No proposed changes. I'll be honest, with this whole save game, I've not really put much stock in my backroom staff, mostly because as we've moved teams, it's not like the staff are willing to move around the world like I am. Objective for the current year is to challenge for a domestic cup and get a top half finish. Aim for the next year, AFC Cup qualification. That sounds good to me. Okay, interview complete. Am I still the favourite for the job? That's what I'm now wondering. Altin Asir have offered me the job. £240 a week. That is a wage cut. I mean, it's a good opportunity. I'm going to delay it. You know, if I took that job, I could become the first person in Football Manager history on YouTube to manage in Turkmenistan. I do think Iran is the better move to a more reputable nation, though. Of course, that's working on the assumption that I'm even going to get a job interview with these teams in Iran, because they all have way higher reputation than any club I've previously managed. Okay, Estegal have actually offered me a job interview. If you're wondering about the really rich team, I didn't even really mention it. They didn't return my calls. They didn't want to talk to me in the league above, but apparently the second tier of Iran might be my level. Welcome work, we're glad to welcome you along. They're top of the league now, by the way. Every time I apply for a job in any country, they're worried about my languages. Look, I can learn the language quickly, it's not hard. Imagine saying that. All these jobs are like, oh, you've not done well with your media handling. Who attends press conferences in Football Manager? Psychopaths, that's who. Are you ready to get stuck in at a club that has a big financial problem? I appreciate the need for good financial management. I can do that. I've not had a Football Manager release this year, and I'm having to manage my finances like a demon. Now, I'll be honest, I do really, really want this job. They want us to get promoted first year, and yeah, I think we can do that. We are going to win the league. They're offering me a transfer budget of £202,000. I'm going to tell them I'll work on a smaller budget. We know this team have financial issues. They want a wage budget of £14,000. I'll happily work on a smaller budget. Yeah, we'll cut the finances down. Apparently the finances aren't good, so that would be a good idea. Given the fact there's no good financials at this club, I'm not going to make any additional requests. I really want this job, Bezad. I'm still not listed as the favourite for the job. Apparently Amir has a better chance of getting it. He's got 2.5-star reputation, but he's on £1,000 a week. I'll do it for cheaper. If you were wondering, my reputation is currently 2 stars, which isn't exactly inspiring, is it? Right, it's the 20th of December in game. I'm going to come back when there's a job offer of some kind. Well, I had 2 aims for this episode. Do well in the Champions League. We failed at that one. Get a new job. We have not failed at that one, folks. I have a job offer, and that job offer is from Estegal Football Club. They're offering me £725 a week. That is a wage rise. The transfer budget, £180,000. Wage budget of £13,000. I'm ready to get this team promoted. What could go wrong here? How bad is the financial damage that they're telling me they want to work towards fixing it? And welcome to Taj Istiqlal Football Club. This team have won an Asian Champions League twice. We're moving into the big leagues now. Media prediction of first, albeit in the second division of Iran. Financial status insecure, but 2.5 stars reputation. Oh, the best 11 is a 4-2-4 as well. They're speaking my language. It's like I'm at home again. Now, to end things today, I do just want to check, how bad are the finances here? Like, there's an overall balance of 259k. Wage budget of 13... That can't be right, can it? We're over the wage budget by £7,000. Can I rejig the budget? Can I fix this? Not really, no. We're £4,500 over the wage budget. Okay, some of these top earners are going to have to go. When is the transfer window open? The Azagadam League's rules transfer window, it opens on the 19th of January. I am going to have to sort out the finances here, aren't I? I do also want to question, why is Abbasi our best player out on loan? Why have we loaned out our best player to Saipa, who are in our own league? Am I missing something? This guy's quality. Bangladesh, you were beautiful. Iran is a new chapter. Bashintara Kings, our time was brief, but we had a great time. Mark, come join me at my club. While the previous manager was sacked for being in second, the team is currently top. But we have got to cut our wage budget by 1/3. Let me know what you think of this job move down below. I am going to miss Bangladesh, but this is going to be an interesting, unique challenge. Financial issues, one of the best youth recruitments in the country, starting down in the second division, and the previous manager was sacked after finishing second, after like 10 games. I'm excited for next week already.